You know, we said 50 to 60 pitches coming in, and he was at 53 after the third inning, and he said he felt good. He always says he feels good. So he said it felt good. We got a little greedy. We put him back out there. Probably should have pulled him. But we just tried to get one more inning because we knew, you know, the bullpen was a little bit short. We didn't have Marsh. We didn't have Wagner. So, you know, tried to get as many outs as we could with Liam. But I thought he did an outstanding job. And then, you know, for Kyle Greenler to come in there, for Dalton Radans, for Colin Caldwell, those guys to me were the key of keeping them at bay because it's just such a good offense. The wind's blowing out. So I just thought the bullpen was the story. Even though Liam got the start and did a great job for us, I thought the middle inning bullpen was the story.
Speaking of stories, Charlie Condon, I mean, every time he does this, I ask you questions, you know, about it. But in fact, these home runs are coming in crucial games. Yeah. Crucial times. I mean, you can hit home runs anytime during the season, but when you hit them in games like this, that really means something. What does that say about him?
Well, I can remember after Tuesday's game against Kennesaw State didn't have a good day, and you know, we won the game, but he was a little down at practice on Wednesday, and I just kind of jokingly said, "Hey, you can't be Superman every day. I mean, that would be boring." He goes, "No, it wouldn't, Coach. That would be awesome." So he kind of became Superman again. He's just a really good player, and you know, having Connor hitting behind him makes it really tough because, you know, I was just thinking ahead if you know they might try to pitch around Charlie, and now Connor's going to come up with the bases loaded again. So and no one wants to face Connor Tate with the bases loaded. So that's what Connor does in that lineup, protecting Charlie. But yeah, big game today. We really needed it. You know, Benny Anderson got us going in the first, and just all around, I thought we played the way that we're capable of playing is satisfying to see.
We asked him a while ago if he knew who Pedro Alvarez was. He said he had no idea, but he tied Pedro today for the most home runs by freshman in the SEC.
That's pretty special. That's a pretty good player. That's a pretty good player. So, yeah, but we need to get these guys up. They don't know who George Brett is. I mean, these guys, it's amazing. They got to get if they're on MLB, the show, they know who they are. But bottom line, Charlie's a great player. Really excited for him. He's such a great kid, and he deserves it.
And you know, too, last weekend you lose 2 or 3 to Ole Miss, and it kind of feels like we're kind of on the cusp of not making a regional. Now, win 2 or 3 against Tennessee, kind of script is flipped a little bit. How you guys just continue to, you know, kind of almost on the verge, but you find a way when you are that way to make something happen?
Yeah, I mean, these kids don't quit, and that's the only thing I ask of them. You know, is just make sure that you're not quitting, you don't give up. And it would have been really easy yesterday. You know, when Charlie Goldstein goes down, we don't have an out in the first inning, and our bullpen's already a little bit short. Jaden Woods is out. Liam Sullivan is going to be limited. Oh no! I mean, everybody thought it. I mean, oh no! That's the first thing that everybody said. What's going to happen for the next 18 innings? And what happened is Jarvis Evans stepped up, and then Chandler Marsh stepped up, and everybody just started stepping up and doing their job. And it was contagious today. Everybody that went out there did their job. Colin Caldwell walks the first guy and then strikes out Burke. That was huge right there because again, the wind's blowing out. We're going to have to make a pitching change. If Colin doesn't get him out, we're going to have to take him out, and then we might have to extend Finley a little bit longer. So only having to throw Finley 1 inning was huge.
Charlie mentioned that, you know, it feels like the last 6 weeks you guys have been playing elimination games almost. I mean, as you get into Hoover and then potentially regional, you feel like maybe there's a little bit of benefit of that where you guys haven't had the luxury of being on cruise control necessarily.
Well, it's for sure. We haven't been on cruise control, and we can't afford to be. So we've got to finish strong. And, you know, and I said it, you know, probably about 4 weeks ago, we were playing better. And if we went down to Florida, I thought we played well, but we didn't win the series. And there's no... You know, there's no moral victories in this league, and we've got to win series. And, you know, we were able to win the one against Kentucky, and certainly we played as good as we can play against Arkansas. And Ole Miss was disappointing. You know, we didn't stop fighting. We come back, we tie the game twice, once in the 8th and once in the 9th, and lose a tough one. But to come back and win this one, that's big. That's a really good team, maybe the hottest team in the country right now. And just I just thought we played really well.
Can you think of a year where the SEC has felt like this much of a war of attrition, not just in terms of the talent, but the injuries? Feels like no one has gotten through unscathed.
Yeah, it's terrible, the injuries. And that's the one thing that you can always point to them and say, well, hey, these guys are banged up. Well, so is pretty much everybody else. And it's really tough to get through this grind. You know, these kids play a lot of baseball, and there's a lot to ask of them. They're in the weight room, and they just get beat up. And then the arm injuries, everybody's throwing harder. Everybody's throwing 95, and the arm wasn't made to throw 95. So unfortunately, injuries are going to happen, and we've seen it everywhere in the league, everywhere in college baseball, in the big leagues everywhere. So it's just one of those things. But I'm just proud of our guys to fight through it.